A regular element in a number of magazines are classified ads. Classified ads are not pretty, they're not sexy, but they are a good money-making unit for a lot of publications. So really want you to work on this page. You need to use a InDesign table to lay these out because I want you to practice with that as well. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the rubric. Once again, looking for those headlines and subheads. Looking for those classifieds, you need at least 15. They need to be original, so don't go copy something else, and they need to be timely. Remember that your publication is kind of evergreen, so saying that we're having a garage sale this Saturday is not necessarily going to be the best ad. If you want to have something for custom-made items or some type of lessons, something you're selling, those fit a lot better. I'm looking for at least 2 graphic elements per page, and you need to use that InDesign table to align those ads. If you do use those images, you do need to go ahead and make sure you have those credits for it. And I'm looking for you to place those images into the cells, not paste them on top. So let's take a peek at a few samples from before. All right, so classifieds can be, what you would expect, kind of small writing, lots of stuff, but relative, they're usually in some type of sections. Here are conferences and contests and miscellaneous, and I've got some kind of bigger ones down here. Some people choose to do something that's a little bit more graphic. So you can do all these things by turning the borders of these tables on and off. So there's a lot of different ways to approach this type of page, and maybe you can have fun with it. Maybe you want to make personal ads. Maybe you want to combine them with something else. It's totally up to you as to how you're going to approach this type of page. So no, it's not going to be the prettiest page ever. What am I looking for? It's got to have some type of headline. It's got to have some type of topic. It's got to have some type of contact for each one. So tell us how to get a hold of you or what to do for each one. Let's go ahead and go into InDesign. So I'm going to go ahead and decide I'm going to put my table on this page. So I'm going to create my table. My body rows, I'm going to do a whole bunch of extra rows. You're going to think I'm crazy. So I'm going to do 15 rows and 3 columns. So why did I do this? I can do a header row. I can do a footer row. So I'm going to go and say, okay. I'm going to say, let's put that table in right here. So now you're going to say, okay, what did you do? So what I can do is say, all right, I'm going to use this one to say lesson or lessons. And I'm going to take this one, and here I would put my ad, and then I would skip a spot, and then I would put maybe another lesson. So you can use these table cells in order to help tell those stories, in order to help align those elements. So let's go ahead and turn it into preview mode. So maybe you don't like having all the lines on. You can turn those lines on and off. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the normal mode. So if when you're in here, if you look at your cells, you can see, let's go to window, let's go to type in tables. Let's go ahead and grab the one called table. And you can see right here, you've got all your different types of controls for your cells. So maybe you don't want it here, maybe you want to go ahead and center it in that cell. You can tell it where you want it to be, the cell style. You can tell it different types of fills. So maybe I want this lessons to be filled with, let's go ahead and fill it with, let's try Essentials Classic and see if that gives me the one it used to give me. All right, so Essentials Classic is going to show you this a little bit differently. So I should be able to see, it's not showing me what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go up to table, and I can go table options. I can do alternating row strokes. I can do a lot of different types of things. So here I want to, let's go ahead and do every other row I want to stroke on. Or maybe here's your table setup. You've got different types of borders. Maybe you don't want any borders at all. So really pay attention to what your different options are. So let's say, okay, let's go ahead and do preview. So now you can see you've got different ways of laying out this information. Maybe you want to merge 2 of these cells together. So let's go ahead and go to my table. Oh, here we go. Here I can turn my different types of elements on and off, my different strokes. And I can merge these two cells. So let's go to table and let's do merge cells. So now I've got two cells together. So there are ways to control them. Now maybe I want to put a picture in there. So let's do a file and place. I'm going to go grab, I've got a funky cake here on my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and place that into that element right there. So now when I move the table, that photo will go with it. So make sure when you're, playing with this one that you really mess with the different types of elements. So you really want to make sure that you're playing with the different types of strokes, that you're selecting the whole thing, that you're using the table up here, that you're using the other table elements. One of the easiest things to do is to draw it out first, figure out exactly what you want, and then figure out how you're going to tell the software to do it. And I look forward to seeing your classified ads.